Plaintiff Tolly Bates Bay is suing her 15-year-old son, Nathaniel Butler Bay, for property damage and emotional distress. Tolly says Nathaniel is in a gang and has been burglarizing homes, and Tolly is scared that Nathaniel is going to end up dead. Nathaniel admits to being in a gang since he was 7 years old, but he says he only acts out because his father is not a part of his life.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Jeanine Pirro presiding.
Good afternoon, Jimmy.
Afternoon, Judge. You may be seated.
Okay, your name, please?
Tolly Bates Bay.
Tally, how are you today? And your name?
Right.
Nathaniel Butler Bay.
How are you, Nathaniel?
Okay.
How old are you?
15.
Okay. All right. Tally is suing her son for property damages and emotional distress.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Tally, let's start.
Your Honor, I am here today to sue my son, Nathaniel, because I don't know what else to do, and I'm afraid that the path he's going on is going to lead him to destruction or death, and I'm at my wit's end. So I'm going to start by saying that I am a single mother of 6, grandchild, and I'm raising on my own.
You're raising a grandchild also?
Yes. My daughter left her baby
How old
with
are
me.
you, Tally?
32.
32?
Yes.
Go ahead.
In any case, while I was in high school, I had 2 children, him at 17. And despite that, I graduated from high school because I wanted to be successful despite my shortcomings. His father didn't want to be around because, of course, I had a boy and not a girl, what he wanted. And I feel as part of that is the reason why he's the way he is today.
How is he?
He doesn't listen. He has no regard for what you tell him to do. And his favorite saying is that he'd rather be carried by sticks than judged by a guy on a gavel.
Is that true, Nathaniel? Put your hand down.
Yes, it is.
Okay. Go ahead.
I realized that he had a problem when he was in kindergarten. The teacher told me that he stole her cell phone.
In kindergarten?
Right.
Did you steal a cell phone in kindergarten?
I don't recall.
You don't remember? I don't blame you. I don't remember kindergarten either, but go ahead.
I questioned him about it. He told me he didn't do it. But when we went home, I hear the phone ringing. I answer it, and it's his teacher. I'm like, Nathaniel.
So he did steal it?
Yeah, he did.
You stole it?
I don't know. That was
I'm telling you, you stole it. Go ahead.
A couple of years later, he cracked the battery open on his 5-year-old sister's arm to see what it would do, and it caused her a nasty little burn.
On his 5-year-old sister's arm? Mm-hmm. Do you remember that, Nathaniel?
Yeah, I remember that.
Don't smile about that.
I'm not.
Go ahead.
3 or 4 years later, I had went back to school, registered because I wanted to take my prerequisites to be a doctor. During my registration, I get a phone call telling me that he told the police that I had hit him. Long story short, I ended up getting arrested.
Did he have injury, Tally?
He didn't have any injuries. The case was thrown out. I have the disposition here.
Yeah, give me that. That I'm interested in. Nathaniel, did you hear what your mom just said?
Yes, I have.
Talk to me. Talk to me about what your mother just said.
My grandma told me, you tired of your mama, bossing you around. I was like, yes. She was like, say this. Said it. I didn't know it was going to happen.
Your grandmother told you to say to the police that your mother hit you?
Yes. Then when she came in the room and told me that your mom going to jail, I cursed out, ran out the room, and told him that she did this, she told me to say that, then they called off the case.
All right, so you say it was dismissed?
Yes, it was dismissed. He came to court and testified that it didn't happen, but yet and still, because of where I work, they give you disciplinaries for just being arrested. It's called conduct on becoming an officer.
Yeah.
And I'm facing 10 days suspension, all because he got mad at me.
All right, what else?
Fast forward, he goes to high school. He joins the gang. He ends up breaking into one of his schoolmates' neighbor's house.
Did you break into the house, Nathaniel?
Yes.
Why?
I'm from one part of the gang, he's from another.
Well, why did you join the gang?
Because I had no father figure, and then it all started, she said I joined the gang when I was in high school. No, I was in the gang since I was 7.
Why do you do this? Why do you do this, Nathaniel?
I don't know.
Go ahead, Tully.
My son has this attitude as though can't nobody touch him. So he goes on another side of the neighborhood that he shouldn't be going to, seeing as how the gang affiliation that he keeps. He goes over there, thinks he's tough Tony, gets into a fight, is getting his butt kicked. His friend jumps in to help him, and another guy comes out with a gun. They're running. They run into an abandoned building. My son and his friend are hiding. My son's friend, hearing all the police sirens and everything going, feels as though that he has no reason to hide any longer. So he comes out of hiding. And just as he came out of hiding, my son witnessed his friend get shot in the head. And that hasn't curbed him from doing what he do. Before that even happened, I used to take my son to the morgue. I took him to the funeral homes and tell him that this person is dead. They're not going to get up. They're not coming back. And it don't mean nothing to him. Okay. And I know that if he keeps this path, he's going to die. I know it.
Okay.
I know it.
We're going to go into my chambers. All right. I'm going to recess for a minute. We're going to take Nathaniel. You and your mom are coming into my chambers. Come on. You know why your mother's here?
She's suing me for emotional distress, in that when I was high and drunk, me and my friends messed up the house.
Nathaniel, your mother's here because she's got nowhere else to go. She's taken you to a morgue. You saw your friend shot and killed. He's dead. Nathaniel, look. Your father's not around. You're angry about that?
Yes.
Have you met your father?
Yes.
When did you meet your father?
When I was 11.
When you were 11? Tell me what that was like.
When I met him, this is what happened. My grandma, which is her mother, dropped me off at my other grandma's house. She called his house, said, "Sean, come outside." Said, "Nate, there's your father." I run, give him a hug. So then we go inside the house. I kick it with my 12 brothers. Yeah, he moves around quick. Then he said, "You have a new little brother." I'm like, okay, 13. That's fine. So I'm like, what's his name? Nathaniel LaShawn Butler III. I'm the third.
Your father had another baby and named the boy your name.
Right, I asked him.
How did that make you feel?
It made me feel invisible, angry, and then I already had a whole lot of rage into me, but it just went more and more. So then I asked him, "You forget about me?" He was like, "Oh yeah, it was back then, when I had you, so, I forgot about you. He my new son, so I give him this name." 11 years, you can't forget about your own son. So I storm out, I'm angry, constantly hitting my fist on the concrete, angry. So my mom come get me. She said, "What's wrong?" Nothing. I keep my anger inside, I couldn't take it no more.
It's your father who is the person who is causing all this rage in you. But you're turning into him. Don't let that happen. You're too smart. Listen to me. You're a bright kid. You're nobody's fool. You know you're angry. You get it. You get that you've got this rage inside of you. Stop it. Stop with the gangs. And I don't want to hear stupid things like I'd rather have 6 people carrying me out than a man in a robe judging me. That's baloney. You know what? That's big talk. You get your little butt to state prison and you'll know what it's like to be with men in state prison who will abuse you for the rest of your life because you ain't that big, Nathaniel. I want you to respect her. I want you to respect yourself. You hurt somebody. You kill somebody. You're in big trouble. All right, let's go back in. This is a lawsuit by the plaintiff against the defendant, who is the child of the plaintiff, for property damage and emotional distress. And I assume that that's some of the property that was damaged.
Yeah, this is part of it. I have a list of damages that were incurred and I also have photos.
All right, let's see. Do you deny that you caused damage to what your mom is claiming?
Well, the treadmill, she told me to fix it.
She told you to fix it?
Yeah, I got an experience of taking stuff apart. It could be broke or not broken, putting it
You
even
could
better.
take. So you think you're good with your hands? You can.
I am. I can take anything apart. It can be brand new. I can make it better. than what it was.
What is with this house here? What is this damage? Please tell me you didn't do that, Nathaniel.
Yeah, that's like I would lose my keys, and so I had to climb through the window to get in the house.
Because he can't be trusted with keys, because 2 months ago I came in the house and he had his friends in there smoking weed.
Where are you getting money to buy weed, Nathaniel?
Gangbang, that's why.
Gangbanger.
She had kicked me out, you know, because I had friends and girls in the house. So I stayed with my older god brother. So, you know, I needed some money. So I started selling kush, which is a code word for marijuana. I would make, like, I say a day, 400.
400?
400.
Oh my God. Let me tell you what the law is, Mom. The law is very clear. Nathaniel is 15. He hasn't reached the age of capacity. He cannot sue, nor can he be sued. You cannot recover in any way, shape, or form because he is not in a position to have standing. He's not old enough. He hasn't reached his majority yet. But you know what? I give you a great deal of credit. You're a young woman of 32 with 6 kids and a grandchild who's working full time, who's trying to make herself better, who has dreams of going to medical school. I applaud you. What I can tell you, Nathaniel, and I want you to look at me. You just said that you can take things apart and make them better. And you know what? I believe you. I can almost believe in you, but you're not letting me. You're a gangbanger. You're going to be the next person with his head blown off. And that's a shame of this, because I think you're worthwhile. I think you've got something to add. I think you just need to understand what's going on in your head. I think you need to understand that if you're angry, that you can take it out on a football. You can take it out boxing. You can take it out any one of a number of ways.
She won't let me play football. I tried out for the team. She'll say, "Where you be at? Football practice. You're lying."
You want to play football? Mom, I want him to play football.
I do too.
Let him play football.
He needs to do well in
Let him
school.
do after school sports. I don't care. We are right at the edge of the cliff right now. Let him play football. If he's going to lie to you and do something else, then so be it. He's going to do it anyway.
Your Honor, it's understandable to let him play football, but what about when he become a man and he needs to work? What about his education?
He's going to, you know what? I think he's a bright kid. I do. I think he can do it. I do. You know what? Let's go down a different road. Let's try something different with him. It's so late in the game right now. Nathaniel, can you at least make a promise to me that I'm going to try to respect my mother? Can you say that to me?
I do respect it. It's just
No.
I have problems showing my feelings.
I know you have problems showing your feelings, but can you just tell your mom that you love her? Can you do that? Can you look at her and tell her that?
I told her this time. I know.
Tell her. Look at her. Look at her. Look at your mother and tell her I love you.
I love you, Mother.
Can you hug your mother? Can you do that? Can you hug her? Come on, Nathaniel. Life is too short.
What's up, friends?
No?
You took a first step, Nathaniel. That's a big first step. I'm going to applaud you along the way. You're worth it. You're worth it. Take care of yourself. Case dismissed.